The KUDZUKIAN Network presents Riffin on Jazz with your host, Howard Robertson and Malvin Massey.
Sonny Rollins.
You got to improve, man. You got Coltrane and Ornette Coleman and these boys coming up. You better get your stuff together.
Mr. Miles Davis.
White people are funny. In America, they thought that I just woke up one morning and had the blues and started playing the trumpet. But it don't go like that, and you can't explain that to them.
Miles was able to make something that was wrong into something that was right.
Now they know. I'm not an accident.
Welcome to Riffin on Jazz. I'm Howard Robertson.
And I'm Malvin Massey.
And of course, Riffin on Jazz is your weekly visit with friends, talking about the music that we love.
It is that classic African-American art form called jazz.
Welcome back, brother. I'm glad you came back for a new round of this.
You know, I was skeptical. I was hesitating. I hesitated, but
for about 20 seconds? Yeah.
But when it came time to do it,
this is bowling night for you, my brother.
I know it. I love it.
What would you be without a bowling night?
You got me.
See? Today, we have a great show, and it's called Laugh Your Jazz Off. Yes, I did say jazz. I said jazz. These are jazz tunes, and what they have in common is that these are tunes that at least make you smile.
They make you happy.
And they make you happy, and most of them are going to make you laugh. And we're going to get right into it with a great jazz musical cut, but it's also funny too. Y'all check out the lyrics. This is Freddie Cole. Ma, she's making eyes at me.
Ma, she's making eyes at me. Ma, she's oh so good to me. Ma, she's almost breaking my heart when I'm beside her. Please, let her conscience guide her. Mom, she wants to marry me and be my honeybee. Every moment she gets bolder. Now she's leaning on my shoulder. Mom, she's kissing me. Hey, Mom, she don't look good to me. Mom, her waist is 53. Mom, she almost ruined my car. When we go out, all the tires start to blow out. Mom, she wants to marry me, but this could never be. Supposing the baby should come later, it's gotta look like an alligator. Mom, please rescue me. Dough. Mom, she owns the B&O. Mom, she just bought 8 city blocks in New York City. You know all at once This chick looks pretty, Mom. If I will say I do, she will promise to make my future very pleasant. Fort Knox would be my wedding present. Buy me the 7 seas to swim in. Replace the fish with gorgeous women. Mom, this chick's for me. Hey, Mom, this chick is for me.
And we're riffing on jazz. Freddie Cole, Ma, she's making eyes at me. That is not politically correct.
Wait a minute.
That song.
Wait a minute. You got to tell me this. Did he say something about we might have a kid that look like an alligator?
Now, that was off his CD from 2010, Freddie Cole sings Mr. B. But that song, man, that's an old song. That was first published in 1921.
Really?
Yeah. It was written by Sidney Clare. He was the lyricist, and the music was written by Conrad. And a whole lot of people did that song.
Right.
Have done that song. But that was a really popular song back in the 20s.
Yeah. But I like the way he did it. I mean, he did it in classical jazz vocal style.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Classic jazz vocal style.
And it is totally politically incorrect. He bad-mouthed her the whole time till he found out she had some money.
Well, look, we must do a disclaimer early, all right?
Okay.
Because for the rest of the show, we're going to do stuff that's not considered politically correct, all right? In this day and time.
But historically, it's history.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was cool.
Know?
People used to be a lot more laid back.
Quit being so sensitive.
Yeah. People used to be a lot more laid back in the day. And of course, Freddie Cole, we've already talked about him on several occasions. Freddie.
Brother of Nat King and Ike Cole.
Yeah.
So that was the other brother. Yeah. And, of course, uncle to Natalie Cole, Freddie Cole. Ma, he's making eyes at me. And, oh, man. We have done this next one before.
Yeah, yeah.
Catherine Russell. And
we did it about Catherine.
Yes. Yeah. But the theme is laugh your jazz off.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, at the very least, we're going to make you smile today. I'll just give you the first 5 words of the title, because that ain't all of them. Catherine Russell, he may be your dog.
I'm not ashamed to say what's in my heart. I'm not ashamed to say what's in my heart, because I know the best of friends must part. You came to me, you said my dog was yours. You came to me, you said my dog was yours. I'm not ashamed to speak my mind, because he may be your dog, but he's wearing my collar. I'm putting you wise. He may be your dog, but it's me he'll follow when he wants. Could exercise all day long. You treat him right, but you can find him at my house every night. He may be your dog, but he's wearing my collar. How are you gonna keep him home? I'm not afraid to say when I am wrong. I'm not afraid to say when I am wrong, because I know a lie can't stand up long. Down in my home, a lie is some disgrace. Down in my home. A lie is some disgrace, that's why I mean to tell you to your face. He may be your dog, but he's wearing my collar. I'm putting you wise. He may be your dog, but it's me he'll follow when he wants good exercise. Now he might eat right out of your hand, but you can't make him big like mama can. He may be your dog, but he's wearing my collar. How you gotta keep him home? Now he's with you every night till 6. Then he comes on over here and does his tricks. He may be your dog, but he's wearing my collar. How you gonna keep him home?
Laugh your jazz off here on Riffin on Jazz. He may be your dog, but what?
Wearing my collar.
Wearing my collar. My collar. That was Catherine Russell. Now,
And we mentioned, like, so we were talking about child stars, people,
Yes.
their parents.
Yes.
And her dad was Louis Armstrong's music director. You know, we got into that, and we used that track. This time we're talking about that song.
right.
And an unknown hero of jazz and blues back in them days.
The original singer, as we were discussing off mic, was Rosa Henderson.
Yeah.
And she originally did it back in 1923.
Yep.
Is that the year?
Yep.
That was the
And
year my
Fletcher
daddy
Henderson.
was born.
No kidding.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Fletcher Henderson was on the piano.
Wow.
And people thought that she was some kin to Fletcher Henderson or Edmonia Henderson, but she wasn't.
Okay. I love those kinds of songs. Double entendre, if you will.
Yeah.
You know? And we're going to hear a few of them tonight. But it's so cool because you've got that blend of blues and jazz all in there. It's a Ma Rainey kind of tune.
Yeah, that's what we always talk about. Bessie Smith. We always talk about Ma Rainey.
Yeah.
Nobody talk about Mrs. Henderson,
Yeah,
Rosa
yeah,
Henderson.
yeah,
Nobody talk about her. She had as many hits as they did back in the 20s and 30s, which was the classic blues era. It also was the classic time when blues and jazz were separated.
Separate, yeah. Distinctively separated. I mean, folk differentiated. They didn't want to be confused for the two. But last thing about Catherine Russell. Catherine Russell also worked with David Bowie as a musician and background singer too.
Yeah.
So with that, we're gonna move on. You're gonna laugh your jazz off tonight. We are going to get into a guy that I feel close to because he went to my university.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or I don't know how long he went. He was allegedly going to become a lawyer. And he went, Cab Calloway I'm talking about, went to Lincoln University in Pennsylvania for a year or 2 years before he started getting gigs more often than he had to be in class. So he dropped out, moved to Chicago, and the rest is literally history. This is the song that Cab Calloway is most famous for because he got down and did the little strut. Of course, we're talking about
Minnie the Moocher.
Folks, now here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a red-hot hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest rail. But Minnie had a heart as big as a hay whale. Howdy, howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, ho. Hidey, hidey, hi. Hidey, hidey, hi. Heedy, heedy, hee. Heedy, heedy, hee. Howdy, howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, ho. Now she messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him though he was cocky. He took her down to Chinatown. He showed her how to kick the gong around. Showed her how to kick the gong around. Howdy ho, howdy ho, howdy hi, howdy hi hi. Waddy weevil, waddy weevil. Howdy, howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, ho. Now she had a dream about the King of Sweden. He gave her things that she was needing. He gave her a house built of gold and steel, a diamond car with a platinum wheel. Waddy woody way, waddy woody way. Oh baby, oh baby. Howdy ho, howdy ho. Now he gave her his townhouse and his racing horses. Each meal she ate was a dozen courses. She had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes, and she sat around and counted them all 1,000,000 times. Howdy, 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 howdy. Oh, Minnie, oh, Minnie, howdy way, howdy way, oh, wow.
From the original recording on 78 from 1931, Brunswick Records.
Wow.
Cab Calloway, Minnie the Moocher.
Cable Calloway the third.
Right on. But you know, a lot of people don't know about that song. I mean, everybody knows that song, but a lot of people don't know that song was written by somebody.
It was written by somebody, and I'm going to read this real quickly because we don't have much time. Minnie the Moocher was a familiar figure in downtown Indianapolis. She was an 82-year-old woman whose real name was Minnie Gayton. She acquired the quaint nickname of Minnie the Moocher by regularly begging for food from grocers and carting it off in a baby buggy. She slept in doorways, on porches, and in garages, and during the record-breaking blizzard, her body was found on a porch, blanketed with snow. She died from exposure.
Wow.
That was Minnie the Moocher.
Well, it's a good thing that Cab immortalized the lady, though. That was really cool. Listen,
Definitely.
If you happen to love jazz, if you happen to love me and Howard riffing on jazz, make sure you check us out at KUDZUKIAN.com. Or just download the KUDZUKIAN app by going to the App Store or Google Play. We're riffing on jazz, baby.
Riffing on jazz.
We're getting funky, y'all.
33% of Americans have a college degree. 43% of Africans in this country have a college degree. These are African immigrants that are coming to this country. They didn't have the opportunity and access, but they came over here in this American dream and created within this framework. Disparaging remark goes further than just hole.
It's Funky Politics on the KUDZUKIAN Network.
KUDZUKIAN!
Hey, this is saxophonist Kirk Whalum, and you're listening to Riffin' on Jazz, powered by the KUDZUKIAN Network.
Back again. More Riffin' on Jazz. Laugh your jazz off is our theme today. And
I'm glad you're using the modern term for jazz as opposed to using the original name for jazz when you say that term.
Yes, yeah.
We won't be too politically incorrect.
No. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right today. This next one, a lot of people know the artist, but I don't know how many people know the cut. Okay?
Yeah.
The artist is the renowned, legendary Fats Waller.
Thomas Wright.
Fats Waller. Yes, yes. And Fats, we've talked about Fats in the past.
Yeah.
Fats was just a piano guy, a piano man in the club from his earliest years. I think 13 or 14 years old.
Yeah.
And got a lot of funny stories. But he used to do funny, novelty type songs. And this one, I think, was his very, very best. Now,
it was very popular. I know that much.
Definitely, most definitely. And you know, you got to be kind of relatively immersed in African American culture to appreciate the title of this song. Your feet's with an S. Purposefully, your feet's too big. Fats Waller, y'all.
Way up in Harlem at a table for two. There was four of us, me, your big feet, and you. From your ankles up, you sure need. Yes, but from that down's exactly too much feet. Yes, your feet's too big. Can't stand you 'cause your feet's too big. Say I can't tolerate you 'cause your feet's too big. John inquire, what sweet water? How's that for a vocal? Ain't it a killer? Where'd you get 'em? Your gal, she loves you. She thinks you're nice. She claims you got everything to take you to paradise. Ain't that a killer? She likes your loving. She likes your rig. But man, oh man, them things is too big. Yes, your feet's too big. Can't stand you 'cause your feet's too big. Say I can't tolerate you, nay, 'cause your feet's too big. Cedric, on your feet and earn your salary, son, blow. Play that doghouse music, I love it. That's it, give me the growl. Say your pedal extremities are colossal, but to me you ain't nothing but an old fossil. Yes, you got me walking, talking, and squawking, 'cause your feet's too big. Yes, your feet's too big. Can't stand you 'cause your feet's too big. Say I can't tolerate you, I really hate you, 'cause your feet's too big. In fact, your pedal extremities are a bit obnoxious. Where did you get them, son? Where did you get them? One never knows, do.
From a soundy short video from 1939, Fats Waller, your feet's too big. I love that.
I do too. That's very.
Then if you can pull that video up on YouTube, you know, and it's so funny, the costuming and everything, but it's also cool to see that was in the 39. It was right before World War II.
Okay.
And that was when the styles were those World War II styles, the cool stuff.
That's when you had the zoot suits.
The dude had on a zoot suit.
Long jackets and
big old feet. And they played with that. Really a great show. Really cool the way they did that.
Yeah.
Plus, he added his lyrics. A lot of people did that song, but you know, they had, like we were talking about, they ad-libbed it. He added his own lyrics, and he had some things he said. Come on, you gotta say it, Hal. You gotta say it. We say
your colossal extremities. What?
your pedal extremities.
Pedal extremities are colossal, and to me, you look just like a fossil.
These cats came up with this innovative language. It drew the kids into it.
Yes. So,
plus the fact that Fats Waller was like a big deal. Pianist, organist, composer, violinist, singer, comedic entertainer, and innovated the Harlem Stride style that laid the groundwork for modern jazz piano.
Now, I while we got a few seconds, we have talked about Fats Waller before. The greatest story about Fats Waller is how he got kidnapped. He got kidnapped literally in Chicago by Al Capone. And they took Capone's
boys.
Capone's boys. And when they took the blindfold off, he found himself in this club. And they had kidnapped him because it was Al Capone's birthday, and he was the entertainment. They had a 3-day long party. And when they say when he left really drunk and really rich. And a lot of money. Laugh your jazz off is what we're doing today here on Riffin on Jazz. And we're going to get into, go from basically one legend to another legend.
Yeah.
This guy was not known for doing comedic, novelty kind of music. This guy was a serious jazz musician, but he was not beyond getting his money on.
He would do humorous lyrics because he did music and lyrics a lot, and he did humorous lyrics.
We're talking about Horace Silver, and what's he doing, Malvin?
It's the hillbilly bebopper.
Down-home hillbilly, walking around and acting silly. When dizzy places on, I'll blow my top. I don't need no other music, country, rock, or pop. I plant beans and I plant taters. I plant corn and some tomatoes. When Yardbird plays his horn, I just can't stop. I'm in the country, but I dig bebop. I may be a country snip. My manner is not too hip, but jazz takes me on a trip. That's the way it is. I love burning this. I am not a city slicker, smoking pot and drinking liquor, and being infamous, I'm just a flop. I'm a from the country, but I dig bebop. I blow my top. I don't dig none of the music, country, rock, or pop. I plant beans and I plant taters. I plant corn and some tomatoes. When yard bird plays his horn, I just can't stop. I may be from the country, but I dig bebop. I may be a country snip. My mother is not too hip, but just stick me on a trip. That's the way it is. Out of burning days, I am not a city slicker, smoking pot and drinking liquor. And being if I guess I'm just a flop. I may be from the country, but I dig bebop.
Horace Ward Martin Tavares Silver. That's right.
That track, man.
That's
I love that track. And the killing part about it, so they did that in '93 on Columbia from the CD called It's Got to Be Funky.
Mm-hmm.
Red Holloway on alto.
Yeah.
Since I've been playing music, I know Red Holloway, if I want something fast, go to him for alto. Branford Marsalis on tenor. Horace Silver on the piano, Carl Burnett on drums.
Horace Silver actually lived a good long life. A good long life. He just passed away in 2014.
And he was like that uptown. He was a bebop artist. He was one of those cats that started with Diz and all those cats. He was on the piano when they were doing it.
And you know where he matriculated? Art Blakey Jazz Messengers University.
It was Art Blakey and Horace Silver at first. Until he started his own thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that's how deep he was. That's how deep he was. So, you know, we love to imbibe, and most of the time it's wine. And today we have a fine red blend that we are imbibing. So we're going to lift the libations as we always do.
Well, let me say this. I'm not a city slicker. Smoking pot and drinking liquor.
You had to get that in there. We live libations to life, love, laughter, and jazz. Here on Riffin on Jazz, laugh your jazz off. We'll be back for more right after this.
Putting the riff in yo jazz. It's Riffin on Jazz.
I expect to go to Coachella in a helicopter. I want
Coachella in a helicopter.
Moroccan type.
This is why we came to the KUDZUKIAN Network.
The next Beachella, they gonna drop us on the stage. It's gonna be like BNP said. We gonna sell out under black people. It makes me feel safer.
It's amazing. Yes. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It's like with white people scary.
I know. I feel like with the people here at KUDZUKIAN, once we sell out, like they'll be the ones to be like, all right, y'all acting real light skin.
Simmer down.
Right
Y'all acting real light skin.
Black Nerd Power on the KUDZUKIAN Network.
Laugh your jazz off. That's what we're doing right now, ripping on jazz.
That's it.
Howard comes up with these great titles. I tell you, and we're having a good time with this because it's it's jazz that makes you smile. It's music that makes you smile. It's music that makes you happy.
Totally. And jazz should always do that.
Yeah. And music that people did because they wanted to be creative. They weren't worried about a whole lot of politically correct this or that or whatever. It was just fun stuff.
Fun stuff. I mean, and loaded with double entendre and no more loaded than the one we're about to do.
This young lady, this one is really politically incorrect, if you will. Jennifer Warden, though, she's a trombone player, which is something that you don't catch girls doing that much.
Right. But
she is very prolific. She got a CD out. And the CD she played, when we put it in the studio, Shelby said, people are going to play this just so they can say Bonegasm. Mm-hmm. And that was the name of her CD. That's the name of the CD she released earlier this year. Bonegasm.
Mm-hmm.
But the track is one that it was made famous. It was first recorded back in 54. When was that one? It was recorded a long time ago.
54. Well, Dinah Washington first recorded it, and she recorded it in 1954.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But Jennifer Warden went back and brought it back because she's a trombone player. And so the double entendre, you guys can figure out But Malvin, tell them the name of this song.
I'm scared. It's a big, long, sliding thing.
You're so nasty.
I've been in every bar, been in every honky-tonk, been trying to find my baby with that broke-down piece of junk. Asked everyone to help me, cried, help me if you can. You'll know my baby, he's that trombone playing man. Where is my baby? Tell me, where is my baby with that big long sliding thing? I even asked a man that played the bass guitar. He said, you don't need him to be moved 8 to the bar. He brought his amplifier and he hitched it in my plug. He planked it and he plunked it. I need my baby with that big long sliding thing. When a knock came at my door, I said, my baby's back. I opened up the door and there stood Piano Jack. He said, I came to do some tinkling on your piano keys. I said, don't make me nervous, this ain't no time to tease. Just send me my baby, send me my baby with that big long sliding thing. Well, the first time he played, I asked him how it's done. He said, I blow through here and work my fingers and my thumb. I slide it up and down and then I doodle with my tongue. And then I get a lot of wind and blow until I'm done. Yes, that's my baby. That's my baby with that big long sliding thing. It's a trombone.
All right. So, we talked about,
to say the least,
double entendre, which is two meanings. Okay. The name of the song was Big Long Sliding Thing. And Jennifer Wharton is a trombone player. A trombone has a slide that is long. But she puts it in another context when she says something like she's been looking in every bar and honky-tonk in town, looking for her man with that big long sliding thing. However, she's looking for a trombone player, see?
Yeah. If you got a dirty mind.
If you got a dirty mind,
think you're wrong,
you'll go there. But anyway, Jennifer Wharton, that was a song originally done in 1954 by Dinah Washington.
Queen of the Blues.
Queen of the Blues. Dinah Washington could sing.
Yeah. And low down dirty blues, as a matter of fact.
Well, yeah. But she had a big old pop hit called What a Difference. I think it was What a Difference They Made.
Yes, it sort of changed her style when she did that one. But.
And she did very, very well. She was actually a mentor, a role model for young Aretha Franklin, because she was good friends with Aretha's daddy, the Reverend Franklin. So she used to end up in Detroit at the house all the time. Anyway, we're going to go from Jennifer to a young guy that we know, a young guy from Memphis, Tennessee.
Went to Overton High
School and MTSU. I know that because my son is an alum of MTSU. And this cat is a phenomenal drummer. But from the sounds of this piece, he's a phenomenal songwriter too. Now, this one doesn't have lyrics, and it's not gonna, it might not just make you laugh your jazz completely off.
Yeah.
The title's gonna make you happy.
Yeah.
Because it's something we love.
Make you feel good.
Fish and Spaghetti, Marcus Finney.
That's from the Boundless CD from 2010. Marcus Finney, featuring Kirk Whalum.
Are you sure Marcus wrote that?
He told me when we did an interview about that, when that album came out, that CD came out, he said, you know, he grew up admiring Kirk. He grew up, his mother was the organ player at Olivet.
Miss Mabel.
Yeah, when Kirk's daddy was the pastor.
Right.
Remember? But anyway, he said that he always admired Kirk and he learned a lot from Kirk. And when he found out that he could get, Kirk said yes to being on his first album and playing a track, he said it was a dream come true for him.
So he wrote the piece for Kirk?
He wrote the piece for Kirk,
wow.
Fish and Spaghetti.
Wow. Fish and Spaghetti, y'all.
I didn't know Marcus was old enough to have toured with Billy Preston and Donna Summers either. I thought he was younger than that. And Larry Carlton, too.
Maybe he was younger when he toured with him.
Right, I guess he was. I guess we all getting old, aren't we?
Maybe Mabel let him go when he was 11. Something like that.
Marcus Finney.
That is quintessentially Memphis. That is quintessentially Kirk Whalum right there.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, it sounded like Kirk wrote it, but Marcus wrote it for Kirk. And that CD, man, he said Marcus wrote that track right there, of course, All Together Memphis. He wrote some hardcore, straight ahead tracks on there. He wrote some more laid back tracks. He wrote some sweet tracks on. He's a good songwriter.
Great. Laugh Your Jazz Off is where we've been for the past hour, and we've enjoyed it. We hope that we've at least gotten you to smile, got a little chuckle or something out of you. But so it's been a blast. Who are we going out with, Malvin?
Eduardo Ed Calle, Dr. Ed Calle out of Miami.
Okay.
And we've talked about him before on the Latin show.
Uh-huh.
This one is from a CD that he did dedicated to Miami. It's called Mam Blue. The CD is the track Rice and Beans. Arroz y frijoles.
There you go. Now you can't get out of here with English.
That's why we got it in here with that.
Malvin, if we were cheese, they might call us aged, man.
And if we were cars, they may call us classic. If we were wine, they may call us vintage.
But we call ourselves blessed and very highly favored to be with you here on Riffin on Jazz. I'm Howard Robertson.
And I'm Malvin Massey.
We ask you to please be well, be good, and be back with us next week for more Riffin on Jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Take care of yourselves.
Riffin on Jazz. Executive produced by KUDZUKIAN. Co-host by Howard Robertson and Malvin Massey Jr. Music curation by Howard and Malvin. And recorded at KUDZUKIAN Studios. Riffin on Jazz. Part of the KUDZUKIAN Network.
Uh-huh.